Hey y'all, what's up? Let's see. Today's unpopular opinion has to do with the color of a person's skin. Um, Gotta take off my cat ears for a second. No. Uh, Today's unpopular opinion is everybody on this planet is a person of color. Everybody on this planet has melanin in their body. I'm probably going to get some flack for this video, but that's perfectly okay. You know, it's an opinion, everybody has one. Don't have to agree. But no, everybody is a person of color on this planet, including white folk. You know, I don't understand where certain ethnic groups get the whole, you're a person of color just because you have darker shaded skin. So, black, Filipino, Hawaiian, Hispanic, etc. I don't understand where people get that. I don't understand how they can generalize white people in that way. I don't understand it at all. And I really don't care to, because it's kind of stupid, if you ask me. It's really ridiculous. It's ignorant to think that just because a person has white skin that they're somehow not a person of color, somehow inferior, somehow... I mean, I don't know what goes on with people's minds, but just the comments that some people make about white folk have me sick to my stomach. I'm friends with a ton of different people. I'm friends with black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, people, Indian people, whether it's Native American Indian or whether it's the Indians, that are across the sea in India, or, people that are mixed. I mean, I don't really care what background you have, where you come from, what your family line is. I mean, the point is, everybody has some form of color in their skin. And technically, if people want to get really, really, really ignorantly stupid about it, from the, Art 101 perspective, white and black technically aren't colors. They're the devoid of color, the absence of color. So that means, if you want to, like I said, if you want to get ignorantly stupid with it, okay, that means that black and white people, don't exist. But, like I said, I'm gonna get flack for this video. Also, the whole thing about melanin. Everybody has melanin in their skin. Not one person on this planet does not. The only thing that is different between melanin, is the fact of how much you have in your skin. That's really it. Yeah. I just don't see why race is such a huge thing. It is 2016. 2016. And people are still blaming, white folk in a general manner that, it's their fault why racism is still alive. No. But see, that leads me to my other unpopular opinion. And this one is, race specific, ethnicity specific, unpopular opinion. Black people can and are racist. Anybody on this planet can be racist. There's tons of racists on the planet. That's not even a thing that's to be ignored. But, Yeah, no. Anybody can be. The whole thing of no, we can't be racist because we're prejudiced thing, I personally don't believe in it. I just don't, because that's to me that's another ignorant comment. Um yeah. Anybody can be racist, and that's just fact. There's no point in trying to deny it, because there are some comments, whether written down or spoken aloud, um, against white folk, that I've heard, that I've seen, and it's completely ridiculous, to be honest with you. All the racial crap is ridiculous. We, a whole bunch of people, we speak on wanting to get rid of racism. And in my personal opinion, there are certain people on the planet that are keeping that are keeping it alive. And what I mean by that is, the constant back and forth between, for instance, white and blacks, or the constant issue of interracial couples, which, by the way, isn't a thing, because they're just another couple. That's it. Instead of putting interracial in front of it, take that out and just put couples. They're a couple like anybody else. But, that's a different point for another day. I don't see why people are so hard-headed on that. I don't understand how they can say one thing and then do something else completely. You want racism to end it. It's got to end on all sides. Like, everybody just has to drop it. And I'm not talking about the fact that, what is that phrase that they use? Oh, I'm not talking about the whole, just because you don't talk about it, it's not there. People, I'm not stupid. I get that racism is there. It's in my face every day. But that doesn't mean I'm less tired of it. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of all of it in every aspect, in every way. From all sides. Whether you're white hating on one other race, whether you're Hispanic hating on one other race, whether you're black hating on another race, all of it needs to stop. There's no reason for it. And, people like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, if you want to go with the whole, black people versus somebody else of a different color, especially white, it almost makes it pointless for them to have done and said the things that they did, because, again, while racism is still there, it's got to stop, and it has to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere, and instead of waiting for one side or another to start it, why not just stop? I'm not trying to be smart. I'm not trying to be, asking for the impossible. It's just racism has to stop on all sides. And it only takes one person to start something. And another thing along those lines, white supremacy, I agree and disagree at the same time that it is here and not here. That white supremacy black people like to throw out and say, oh, all you white people have it, yada, yada, yada. Really? If all white people had, the benefits of white supremacy, why are there poor white people? I was talking to somebody about that this morning, one of my brothers, and he's like, yeah, I'd like to see some of that white privilege and all of that, white supremacy and all of that. I'd like to see some of this. I'd like to have the white privilege come my way. White privilege, if it's there, why isn't it for every white person on the planet, you know? But I think maybe it's just America. I'm not sure, because I'm not in these other countries. I've never been to these other countries. But I think maybe America has, like, the highest form of racism. But again, don't quote me, because, like I said, I'm not in these other countries to know about the demographic and maybe racial issues that go over there and all this other stuff. I only know so much as the internet will allow me to know, until I personally myself go over to these other countries. But anyway, that is today's unpopular opinion. The base of it, everybody is a person of color on this planet. Alright, that's it. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.